Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So in front of us, we're going to take a look at the 2024 Cadillac CT5V. This is finished off in Summit White, has an MSRP at just over $55,000. So we have a pretty performance-oriented family style sedan that's also very luxurious at the same time. Powering the CT5V is a 3-liter twin-turbo V6 paired to the 10-speed automatic transmission. This pumps out 360 horsepower, 406 pound-feet of torque, sent to the rear wheels, propelling this 3,900-pound sedan from 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. Top speed is 156. And as far as fuel economy goes, you're looking right around 18 miles per gallon in the city and 27 out on the highway. So pretty fuel efficient with the amount of power and the weight that this is. Now, as we work our way up front, you'll notice for this model, everything is gloss black. Really nice touch against the white. There's even a 20 years badge over on that driver's side. As you can tell right now, the LED DRLs are on right now. They're in that vertical position. The lower section is also the turn signal. We have the LED headlights and high beams, of course. This also has forward sensors, and it does have adaptive cruise. The sensor is built into the logo, which is a nice touch. And with all the gloss black, definitely gives it a great look with the white, clean lines coming down the hood. Cadillacs are known for having very nice curves, very luxury focused vehicle in their design. So nothing's too crisp, everything flows very nicely. Now for the side, this has a set of 19-inch wheels finished off in gray, along with the brake calipers just behind that, wrapped in that Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tire. Very performance-oriented tire for this vehicle. V badge is behind that, power folding side mirrors with the two-tone design and the turn signal. Sunroof up top, all of the window trim is blacked out too to match very nicely, even more gloss black in that lower side skirt. And then clean lines that run down the side. There's one that goes headlight housing to taillight housing too, and then one in the lower 2/3 of that door there. And then in back, small body colored spoiler, backup camera, LED taillights, all the sensors. Reverse light is right in the middle of that diffuser, which is gloss black and white, so it's a nice combo. And then we have that quad tip dual exhaust, which you can activate. So let's lock it, double tap this, bring it to life. If you hold on that, that's how you can shut it off if you need to. And then we can go ahead and pop open that trunk, where there's a good bit of space. This is a practical family style vehicle, so you have a ton of room. There's a storage bin on that passenger side, a little bit of storage underneath the floor if you need to use that. And then you can also fold down these back seats. So you do have to do that from the inside, and then that gives you a lot more space if you need to use it. And then as we work our way to the interior, most Cadillacs, the door handle's fixed to the body. So there's an electronic button on the inside that you can push, and then you can open the door from there. Now for this interior, carbon fiber Bose audio. We have the brownish orange stitching with all the black leather, and that works its way to the interior. We're at 5'10". I have a good bit of space. There's storage pockets, climates, even some auxiliaries. You do have this right in the middle, but for your middle seat passenger, a leg on both sides should be sufficient. Right in the middle, there's the armrest with 2 cup holders if you need to use that. Plenty of space, visibility, and then plenty of light, especially with that back sunroof shade opened up. And then working our way to the front door panels, just like the rear. However, there's the trunk release, memory seating adjustments, all of the window and side mirror controls too. And then a lot more lateral support for these front seats. Very nice sport style to them. We have the manual adjustment, and then all the automatic adjustments are on the side. Now let's fire this back up. We can find that button. We can bring it to life now to go over all of this information. We have the solid black leather steering wheel. On the left side, cruise and distance pacing. There's also the heated steering wheel control, and then Bluetooth and voice commands. Volume and tuning on this right side, the V button as well. And then you have a few to go through the gauge cluster. And so now if I use the scrolling dial, we have the audio. You can go to the navigation and the compass. There's also phone, and then various settings that you can go through, including launch control. So you can go in and activate that. If we go all the way back, now we have information. So you can scroll through all of these vitals, just depending on what you would like to see. So you can monitor all of that. And the last one is V mode. So you have 0 to 60, you have the tires, the limited slip differential you can monitor. So it's pretty neat to be able to go through all of that. And then we do also have the V button. You'll notice right in the middle, it will change a few things that you can go in and edit. So we have steering, suspension, brake feel, even the engine sound and shifting. So you can program that, have it set up. This also has the paddle shifters in a really nice spot there. Now on the left side, there's the e-brake, dimmer switch, a little bit of storage. And as we work our way back to this infotainment system, on the home screen, there's audio along with your AC and your phone, so you can have that paired and ready to go. And then you can also go through the different apps. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, you have your phone. You can also go into your climates, My Cadillac. Pretty easy system to use, even a home button just underneath that. And then there's several shortcuts just depending on what you need to use. So you can quickly get into all that information. It's an easy layout, not confusing at all. So you can quickly do all of that. 2 air vents underneath that. And then we have a giant V badge for all the climate adjustments. Fan speed, temperature. We have where you'd like the air to go, some defrosters too. Underneath that, heated seat controls, along with the parking sensors, hazard. You get wireless charging, a little bit of storage. And then there's also different driving modes. So there's a My mode, there's also Tour, there's Sport, Track, and then Snow and Ice. There's traction control, auto hold for braking, and then you have the engine start stop. Now for the shifter, let's put that into reverse. You get the backup camera with the guidelines. Drive is all the way back. Now if you don't use that release, that goes into manual. So now you can use those paddle shifters, and park is located on the top. 2 cup holders are to the right of that. And then you can use everything down below to further go through that screen. So you can get into your phone, get into your music, you can go to the home screen, and then use that rotary dial to further go through the rest of this. So very easy. I like the layout of it too. With your armrest, you can easily rest your arm there and go through all of that. Now for the center armrest, plenty of space. You have another phone holder with some auxiliaries, and then the glove box has a good amount of space. Now up top, there's the dome lights along with the controls for both sunshades and the front sunroof. So you can open and close that as needed. And as far as visibility goes, it's very easy to see in both directions. So it's very open feeling for this. We also have the OnStar controls up top too. But now let's go ahead and get this out on the road. And from second gear, here we go. And with a mild acceleration, this definitely has a lot more potential than what I'm throwing at it today. So it's a very quick and sporty sedan, which is nice to see from a brand like Cadillac. Cadillac has a lot of luxury style vehicles, but they also do make some performance oriented models. And while this is kind of right in the middle, it's still nice to see the performance that you can get if you're not looking to go to that extra step. So in this case, we have the CT5V. If you want to go with the V Blackwing, which has that supercharged 6.2 liter V8 engine. So it's nice if you want some of those sporty characteristics and you still want something that's just a nice daily driver. So for the mid $50,000 range, and again, just depending on your options and your budget, this starts right around 51 grand. So there's a few options on this particular model to drive that price up. One thing I do want to point out, we even have a V logo in the bottom of the side mirror. So there's a lot of little Easter egg V's surrounding this entire vehicle, which is nice to see. But driving it, seats are very comfortable. I like this seating position. I like the ergonomical feel of everything while you're in the driver's seat. So as you saw earlier in this video with working the screen and everything, once you're actually out on the road, of course you want to pay attention to where you're going, but it does make it incredibly easy to go through all of this and not have to really take your eyes off the road, especially with the controls down below. Makes it super easy to go through all of this and still pay attention. Not a whole lot of technology in this Cadillac, which is a little bit surprising, but some of the other models do offer a lot more tech. And again, just depending on what you want. Personally, I think it's great, especially for this kind of vehicle. And this is the 2024 year model. 2025, from what I've heard, the CT5 is going to be completely different for the interior. So we're going to have a redesigned interior, have that massive screen like what came out in the Cadillac Lyric, which is the electric version, but that has that giant screen running across it. And so we're going to see that for 2025, I believe, for this Cadillac. So if you're not a huge fan of that, if you have seen it, I think it's really cool. A lot of companies are going to that size screen. If you're not a huge fan though, 2024 is going to be the last year for you to get this configuration. And I don't see anything wrong with it. Personally, I think both are great, like I mentioned. And let's do one last acceleration for today's video. Pretty tight turning radius, which is nice. Visibility is good. Let's get back up to speed here. Shifts are so quick, and those pops definitely sound good. That is going to wrap it up for the 2024 Cadillac CT5V. Once again, a huge shout out to Randy Marion Cadillac for providing this sedan for me today. Definitely check out their website. That link is down in the description. Give the video a huge thumbs up if you enjoy it. Consider smashing that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.